Hey guys, welcome to part 9 of Let's Play Daxter on the PSP. In the last episode we did quite a lot actually. We found out that where Jack was being... Well, we didn't find out where Jack was being taken prisoner, but we saw him, and then we remembered him, and then there was a big chase, and we met this guy, and then he took us to a tanker, and then we helped save the tanker, and then we met a little tick thing that is now, I guess, living on us. You can't see him on Daxter, but... apparently he's there, so now we're just going to do a more boring level. But first of all, we got to take a look around because this is a new area, the city ports, which is taken right out of Jack 2. But there's two things of note about this place. First of all, the frame rate is horrendous. Here it's not too bad, but there you go, you can kind of see it. The frame rate is really bad, which if this was a console game, I would probably let it bother me. But with it being a PSP game, with the sort of game this is, I honestly don't care less that the frame rate's really bad. Maybe I should. But the second thing is that this place looks actually pretty different. Like aesthetically, they have seemed to made it so this, or the city port, actually has its own distinct look or colour to it, rather than city streets, where city streets is very grey and fits a lot more in with Jack 2 and the way Haven City looked there, but this one's a little different. This one kind of goes for more this yellowy, almost gold colour, because in Jack 2 the whole city ports were still greyish, because the whole of Haven City, if I'm being honest, looked exactly the same. It was all kind of greyish blue sort of colour. I guess it was trying to be all moody or something, but Daxter changes it a little bit, makes it feel a bit more distinct. Oh no, that's not what we want to use, because also in the last episode we got the flamethrower. No more messing around. There we go, they're all on fire. So, with any sort of minor enemy, or enemy... I'm clipping on something. Game won't let me walk past that, very odd. Yeah, with the flamethrower, if you ever see any small enemies, you can probably kill them in one with the flamethrower. Although it's quite cool is, as you just saw with those enemies, they don't actually die instantly. You get the bug gem instantly, but then you get a nice little thing of them running around on fire before they eventually burn away into nothing. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty charming. What age rating is this? Where is the thing? 7+. It's a 7+. That is information I now know. Who knew? Right, so this is distillery, so if we collect these first and pause, you can see we got 60 precursor orbs to get, and then we got 62 bug gems to get, so more than Tanker 1, but this level I would actually say is a bit shorter. Tanker 1 kind of can be a bit difficult. This level is a lot easier. A lot of the reason is that there's no hard platforming, there's no barrels to instantly kill you, which is always nice. And there's just not much to really kill you. There's some bottomless pits, but there's always bottomless pits, so this level to me feels a little bit easier. I mean, there is that, and if you get caught out by that, you respawn right here, but there is that, which will most likely kind of catch you out. I mean, it caught me out, because you kind of have to know it's there, because otherwise you're just going to walk off and you're going to look stupid. So this is the first level where we have the flamethrower, and that means that we can just do a lot of cool flamethrower stuff. You can kill every single enemy in one. Is there anything there? No. Oh, bug. Let's kill it. There we go. Boom. Yeah, you can kill enemies in one. You can now just get rid of cobwebs straight away, so it makes things a lot quicker actually. Although I usually don't actually kill all the enemies with the flamethrower, mostly because it uses so much. The flamethrower I believe actually uses a lot more gas? I still don't know what it is. Gas than the normal one does, so, or bug spray thing does, so you gotta kind of be a bit more conservative with it. Like, as you can see, I don't think I'm going to be able to make this back now. Yes, I did! Easily made it back, of course I did. No problems there. But also, this level is pretty much kind of shows you how you can use the flamethrower, because As we saw before when we had the bug spray and we had to catch it on fire, it gives you a little bit more, like a bit more height. So you can actually get to areas that you couldn't before. So that's what this is kind of all about, this level, where you've got to pretty much have the flamethrower equipped the whole time. Like, you just won't need the bug spray. Is that a secret? It looks like there might be some secrets. I don't think there are. But yeah, so you've got to just use this the whole time. So the kind of the smart thing to do is to just kill these guys just normally. They're not hard to kill, they don't do much damage. By this point you're a pro at this game. You've fought many bugs just like them. You're not afraid of them. You might as well just smack them around a bit. So it's just so you don't have to worry so much about wasting all your flame, because you just need it constantly. That's pretty much what it is. Oh, okay, cool, we got all of those. Good. Although with, you know, I'm going to do it for the sake of time, if I'm being honest. I'm going to completely ignore my advice and in the sake of time just kill them all anyway. Right, and you've got to look out for these little files as well, because that's where your precursor orbs are going to be hidden. If you miss one in this level, there's two places they can be. The first one is behind doors like this. So if we turn around... No, okay, there's not one there, but some of them are there. And so they're either going to be hidden there if you've missed a precursor orb, or they're going to be in one of those containers that you just missed. If anything just looks unusual. Why is there none here? There definitely is some. We haven't seen any yet, but have a little faith. God. Wow. Alright, so this section... Well, not this section, but what to do here can be a bit misleading. You got to hit this. You're just like, oh, they all start moving. But for this whole level so far, you've just been jumping across gaps using the flamethrower. So you know, you can try and give that a go, but it's not going to work out for you. Instead, what you got to do is jump up here and jump on here. So because you're watching this on YouTube and I'm playing this on like a proper screen, you can clearly see the top bit underneath or where you can grab onto. But if you're playing this on the PSP, there's a good chance that you're just going to completely miss that. So, I mean, it's a tiny little thing. Some people are probably like, HonestTom23, shut up about having to jump underneath the boxes. It's plain as day. But I'm pretty sure some people would miss that. I don't know. But otherwise, this level it's alright. I do like this level. There's nothing bad about it. There's cool things in it. But really, it's just to kind of show you the ropes with the flamethrower. And that's about it. Storyline wise, it has nothing to do with anything. You know what? I'm curious. I'm going to jump on the box. Ooh, hold on. Hold on. Just being a bit curious here. I just want to see where this goes. I'm pretty sure he's just going to knock me off and kill me. But you got to give it a go, haven't you? Yep, and there I go. Into the abyss. See, there you go. The grape crates. Because we're in the distillery, so grapes. See, it actually tells you if you jump off the edge that that's what you got to do. That's just how little faith they kind of had in people making, you know, seeing it. There's hints like that a lot in this game, but yeah, that one seems like one of the more necessary ones because we just haven't had to climb on stuff so far. It's just we haven't needed to do it. Okay, so we're about halfway through in terms of collecting stuff. Come on. Boom, there we go. But I won't go over there again. I've learnt my lesson. There's nothing over there. Because when I played this level before, I was missing... I was just off of getting 100%. So I want to try and make sure that whatever I missed, I'm not going to miss it. Right, so actually, as I promised like a few parts ago, I looked up the names of these enemies, if you can believe it or not. Woo, mission complete. Cool. I'll have a quicker look around. Yeah, see, there we go. There's your first precursor orb. Oh, is it gonna let me have it? Yep, cool. Yeah, I actually looked up the names of the enemies, which is something that, you know, people might not care about, and I can completely understand. But there's one reason why they're quite cool, and that's because in Jak 2, the main enemy and the main horde and everything that you had to fight were the metalheads. So in this game, they're the metal bugs. Maybe I shouldn't have used the word cool actually, I'm starting to regret that. Yeah, they're metal bugs. So they're actually linked to the metal heads, but they're not the metal heads. The metal heads are their own separate thing. But these are metal bugs, which is why they're a lot smaller. But the interesting thing is that we saw the villain from Jak 2, Metal Core, in the last episode. In the cutscene, he was the hologram, and that's the villain from Jak 2. Oh no, I'm not going to make it. No, I did, cool. Here's the villain from Jak 2, and he's like the leader of the Metalheads. I don't want to go into the story any more than that, because I don't really want to go into spoilers for Jak 2, just in case you haven't played it. And yeah, that section's not too bad, by the way, what we just did. Big room filling up with wine. Again, it really reminds me of Rayman 2, all this wine. I don't know why. It's just wine. Maybe it's because French people made Rayman 2. Maybe I'm just a horrible person. But yes, anyway, these creatures, because they're the first time, or I think the only time we see them in this level, they're called Metal Claw. But check this out. It's Claw with a K, so that's fun. That's always a bit of fun. Yeah, so these are all part of the metal bugs, which are linked to the metal heads, but pretty much what's happened, or is happening in this game, which we'll probably find out more later, but might as well talk about it now, is that Metal Core, the leader of the metal heads, I'm saying metal way too much, he sent in these metal bugs as like an initial kind of attack on the city. So that's kind of why they're here, and that's why the bad guys are trying so hard to stop Daxter from taking out these bugs, because these bugs are supposed to be the initial invasion force, if I could, be quite generous with that term, invasion and force. So that's kind of why this ties into, it's why Daxter actually ties in quite well in the end, this game, into Jak 2, because this is like the initial invasion that happens in Jak 2 with the metal heads. It's not... It is explained, but it's something that, in my head, when I first played this game, I didn't really make the connection that much. Like, obviously I knew the metal bugs were related to the metal heads, but in my head I just didn't kind of piece it together just how connected they are. But really, they're, the same force, just different parts of it. Right, so these creatures, what are they called? They are called... I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, so these can fly, right? That's cool. Okay, I think these are called... Yeah, these are metal backs. They're called... None of these names are that interesting, by the way. They're a massive disappointment. It's just cool that Naughty Dog took the time, and with Jak being quite a big universe, I thought I might as well look it up. And by the way, this is a pretty cool corridor. Did I miss something? I did. That would have been embarrassing. Thank you, Cool Corridor, for making me turn around and check you out with all your weird wires powering who's know what. Something evil, no doubt. Right, okay, so these creatures are called... What are they called? Metal Creepers. Which, I mean, makes sense. It really makes sense. I don't get the impression with these metal bugs that they're really made of metal that much. Like, obviously they are. They're called metal bugs, you would hope they would be, but... They don't look that metallic. They just kind of have the correct colour to look metallic, They still seem extremely bug-like. And look at that. For some reason, Daxter's shadow is up there. I don't know what light source could possibly create that, where you could be standing there, but the light makes you go up there, but okay. Just a little Daxter. And he's so tiny as well. A little tiny shadow Daxter. How adorable. And it actually got smaller as we went away. Something weird has gone on with the lighting there. But yeah, so then the flying ones... Right, okay, so I'll just burn through them all. We got the metal back, the slasher, the flacker, which is one of the wasp flying things. I'm not sure if we're going to see any of them again, but we probably will. Metal claw, metal slug being the things that are underground. And then hive queen. And then we got... spawners and then we just got other ones as well. So there we go. Those are the names of the metal bugs. The interesting part of that really is the fact that they're metal bugs and whatever. Or arguably that's the interesting part. I don't know. So with this level, it's called Distillery, right? Really it's just Brewery 2. I mean, we've already seen it where... Well, I'm not sure if we've seen it yet actually, but this game does have 2 versions of levels, like second levels, like... have we seen one yet, actually? No. But the ones that have a 1 next to it, like Tanker 1, there's going to be a Tanker 2. So, you know, it's kind of a bit like they could have just called this level Brewery 2, because that's what it is. Aesthetically, it's very similar. All the kind of, like as a level, it's pretty much exactly the same. So it seems a bit silly to actually separate it and call it Distillery because it's so similar, you know? Which doesn't make it a bad level at all. I still like it, but it kind of needed to do a little bit more, because all the stuff in here is to do with the flamethrower, but of course we already did that in Brewery, because we could just catch the thing alight and it would, you know, we could do it like that. Oh, I missed, oh, I'm so close, 59, I'm 1 off on each, and that's it, this is the end of the level. But yeah, so with this level, it's also really linear as well, so it's one of the more forgettable levels of this game, which doesn't make it bad. I mean, aesthetically it's still pretty nice, but aesthetically it's also the same as Brewery. All the kind of stuff that you have to do in it is very similar to Brewery. So far the levels have been building upon each other and expanding, and this one kind of brings it back. It does feel a little bit fillerish, which it's something you don't notice unless you kind of think about it. Like I didn't think about it when I first played this game. I only thought about it when I replayed it, when I realised that storyline wise there's no point to it, so it's just kind of there. And in fact you can see we don't get any sort of phone call or anything like that saying good job on the mission. We just kind of go in there, kill some bugs, and then halfway through the mission it's like, you did the mission, go home, good job. Kind of a little odd. It's just kind of there for its own sake, but still not bad at all. It's just one that we won't really remember in the future. But anyway, that's that level done. Hopefully this part was a lot shorter than the last one, because that was a bit much. But next time let's play Daxter. Oh, something else that was interesting. As you can see, we have another mission marker already, but that was already there. So this was the first time in the game where we got to choose which mission we wanted to do. I just thought we'll get this one out the way. You know, it's still pretty good. Oh, the frame rate, oof. Oh dear. But yeah, I just kind of thought we'd get that one out the way. So anyway, I've been Awesome23. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And next time let's play Daxter, we're going to go to, I think that's a fish. It looks fishish. Fishish-ish. But yeah, anyway, Awesome23. See you next time. Goodbye.